It's true what it says in the Bible when the Bible says good will be evil and doing evil will be good. See, we live in a world where bad is considered good and doing good is considered bad. No one likes the right thing. Everybody likes doing the wrong thing. And when I say this world is backwards, man, it is backwards, including in these YouTube streets. These past few months, man, I've been noticing an influx of scammers and frauds really roaming these streets, roaming these YouTube streets, making people's lives harder than it has to be, wasting people's time, wasting people's money, causing unnecessary stress to people's lives. And they're getting away with it. They're getting away with it, right? They're getting away with the crime. And it has to stop. And it will be stopped eventually. Because at the end of the day, people like that, they're going to get their just due. They're definitely going to get what's coming to them. The more they continue to be frauds, the more they continue to hurt people, to swindle the people, and to take advantage of good, kind-hearted people. People that trusted them for the resources. People that trusted them for the advice. People that trusted them for their quote-unquote knowledge on how to be successful, on how to make it. Because those same people, they come from the swamps. They come from the grimy streets, the grimy projects. They come from nothing. They come from absolutely nothing, right? They're looking for a way to establish themselves. They're looking for that golden ticket to set themselves free from the rat race. And those are the people that get fucked over constantly. You know why? Because they put their trust in the wrong people. They go to the wrong people, the wrong sources on how to make it. And those sources, right? Those false, fraudulent sources, they claim that being an online influencer is so easy. And that is easy to make all this money being an online influencer. You play on those people's heartstrings, you play on their emotions because, and not just that, like you're playing on their curiosity because they see that you are gaining the results of what you're doing. And see, sometimes those people or us people in general, we look at people that are so-called making it, they're faking the funk the whole time. They scammed their way through. I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying everybody, but some have mastered a certain strategy on social media to garner all these numbers, to garner all these views, to garner all this engagement. They figured out a strategy, and guess what? Good for them. Kudos to them. I applaud them for making their way out, for gaining financial incentives, get into the bag, right? And those people that are doing that are scamming their way through, they're fraudulent in their pursuit of success. using people, exploiting people, right? Instead of, I don't know, investing that money into something more important, investing that money into um, a business idea, to growing their own business, separated from social media, they could figure out ways to invest that money that they earn through scamming or being fraudulent. No, instead, they continue the scam. They continue their fraudulent ways of earning a dollar on social media because to them, that's all they know. That's really all they know how to do. I don't need to name names. If y'all know, y'all know. I don't need to name names now. I don't got to name drop anybody. I'm not in that type of mood today. But you know what I'm talking about because you're seeing these algorithms. You're peeping the streets. You're hearing the noise. You're seeing the crime being committed in front of your face. You see the trickery being pulled, you know? And look, I've been scammed before. I almost got caught up in a job scam a couple days ago. Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something. When I've been scammed, I lost my bank twice. I lost money. And I'm telling you, when you get scammed, when you lose your bank on top of that, it's not a good feeling. Because now the banks, they look at you in a way where it's like, oh, you decided to deposit this fraudulent check when you had no idea it was a fraudulent check. You just simply fell for the okey doke. You didn't know any better at that time. And I didn't know any better at that time that I was being scammed by somebody um, positioning themselves as a employer for a certain job, right? And obviously this would be a remote job. And there's a lot of job scams online, particularly remote jobs, where they claim they'll send you the money, the funds to buy the equipment in order to work from home. But the entire time they're sending you a fraudulent check. Okay. And there's a variety of online job scams. And I've dealt with two kinds already. And the third time, I almost had my bank account frozen again. I mean, the second time, had I deposited that fake check by mistake or really without knowing any better, my account would have been shut down completely. First time was a warning. Second time, it's over. But Bank of America, that was my previous bank, they never gave me any warning, right? I deposited this one check. I forgot how much it was for, but it turned out to bounce 2 weeks later. It had already deposited in my account. The funds were already in there. It it processed through. Weeks later, it bounced. It took my bank balance to negative. So it's not a good feeling when that happens because you have all these bills you have to pay, you have rent to pay, and you can't even use your account to deposit anything or to withdraw anything. You can't utilize your debit card either. Your debit card gets locked. And so it's not a very fun process to go through that. And so there's just a multitude of scams out here. And the point I really want to make is that these particular scam artists on YouTube, they get supported, they get loved, they get cheered, You know, they get told all these great, awesome things. And honestly, man, it's very mind-boggling because good people, genuine, sincere people, they get less support. Notice that. The real people get less support. They get the less super chats, they get the less donations, they get less everything. It's only the scammers, it's only the frauds that get the most support on this platform. And that's a fact. And that's a fact, man. They get the most support and the most love. Why is that? Because people love lies. People have fallen in love with lies. And whatever is real, whatever is genuine, sincere, people seem to hate that. People seem to be against that. I'm going against everything that is fake, everything that is insincere, everything that is disingenuous, everything that is fraudulent and a scam. I'm going against all of it. So I'm just positioning myself as the voice that is speaking up against the trickery, the messenger that a lot of you people need to hear. Because somebody has to speak on this. Stop wasting your time, stop wasting your money and your resources on people that do not have your best interest at the end of the day, because they don't. It's only about their bottom dollar. It's always been about what's in it for them. And so these scammers and these frauds on social media, they're living double lives. They're playing a certain part, a certain gimmick to make themselves seem they are down and out, that they have came from the slums, that they had it so hard growing up, right? They come up with this sob story. They're not real content creators. They're not real messengers. They're not real social media influencers. And they have now corrupted the space here on YouTube.